the Draw My Life tag that nobody really even does anymore. Teehee. From when I was ages 0 to 23. So I was born and raised in a place called Richland, Washington. My birthday was November 23rd, 1997. Now, while I was a baby for just like a year, and this is supposed to be a palm tree, but we did live in Florida, and then my dad's job took us back to the place where I was born and then eventually raised. And I'm one of 5 kids. We got 3 girls and then 2 boys, not in that order. So there's Ashley, Montana, Haley, Emily, me, and then Dakota. The boys are States, the girls are Lees, and my dad is Canadian. So that's interesting, right? Now, I grew up with a stutter, and this is supposed to be a mouse. I just gave it away. I spoiled it. So I was very shy and quiet, kind of sort of like a mouse, and my speech was so bad that I would sometimes hide in the bathroom, like when I had a presentation this one time. I ran away. It was bad. And my family, okay, so we moved a lot. It was like all the time it seemed. We had a lot of homes in the same area, like just down the street for an extra square inch. We were kind of crazy. The longest house we stayed in was like for 10 years. I also love to write. It's my number one favorite thing to do, and I always have loved it just to be able to write. Now we got a dog named Daxton. I was 11 years old, and in the 5th grade, it was January 10th, a beautiful, beautiful day. His name is Daxton. He's a little wiener dog. He's got little cow spots, so he's half cow and half hot dog, and he's just the cutest. I actually cried on the way home from when we bought him. He was $1,000, by the way. And I cried because I wanted a real dog, but I quickly fell in puppy love. And I was very nervous about middle school and the transition from going from 5th grade to 6th grade. This is Hawaii, or supposed to be. And I wrote in the sand, I'm scared for middle school because I'm a dork. Now, girls' camp. I loved it. I was pretty shy and quiet, but I had a loud phase, and sometimes the phase would present itself during such times as girls' camp, and I would just have too much fun. We laughed a lot, we talked a lot, we just had a grand old time, and it was always a good experience and opportunity, and it was through my church. And I got out of my shell in high school, and I even went through kind of an obnoxious phase, even just talking too much and getting in trouble in class for that. And I was actually diagnosed with ADD and anxiety. And that was when I was a freshman, and I've had it ever since. So I really got into fashion in high school, and before it was the same brown hand-me-down Abercrombie sweatshirt, and then towards high school it really started to change, especially by junior year, and I was changing in my car on the way to school, well, like before I went into my first class of the day. Now, anyway, oh, and then there was the thrifting, which my sister Haley really got me into. Anyway, so I found out, let's see, depression my junior year, so that was regarding school. And that was very, very hard for me. And I had amazing teachers. I was the apple in the globe. And a part of why I decided to teach was because of them. And especially in high school, I was bullied for my weight, even by so called friends. And I was often called anorexic. And I was just judged very harshly and cruelly and very openly, which I did not appreciate. My heart also broke, fell in love and fell out of love, heartbroken, by technically 2 boys. So that was fun. And this is going to be an epic fail. No, it's not a banana peel. It is supposed to be a dress, a prom dress, actually. So my prom was a heinous, atrocious, terrible, awful experience. It was like the worst night of my life, and I'm being very, very dramatic. But basically, I asked out a random guy who I didn't know all that well. I more knew of him, and he went to my church. And I'm going to keep on trying to draw this and epically fail. But anyway, he was a twin and very, very short. He was a nice kid, but I could tell he didn't want to be there. He didn't really want to dance, and he was very obnoxious about it. And I didn't feel pretty that night, even though my friend did my makeup, and my mom, she and her good friend who can sew, they helped me design my dress that I wore, and I still have it, and I love it. But it was just very not fun, the whole experience, you know. And my mom did end up returning the original prom dress that I got, because my boyfriend at the time, he broke up with me just before prom. So that was why I asked this random kid. And it was just my senior prom gone disaster. And I just gave up on the dress. And then I'm trying it again here. And the crown was for obvious reasons because I was totally the like prom queen. No, just kidding. Far from. So, what else do we have here? Right, I graduated. So I graduated in 2016, and it was an accomplishment, especially with my anxiety. I missed a month of school because of my depression. That was junior year, but I was still able to do it, and I survived the anxiety. Also, I mowed lawns towards the end of high school and a little bit out of high school for a few months, maybe even a year or two. Can't really remember. It's a blur. My first official job, other than lawns, was Great Harvest, and this is supposed to be bread, by the way. Great Harvest bread tastes good, I just can't draw it. But anyway, sadly enough, you did get used to the smell after you worked there for a while, so that was the bad part about the job. That was 2016, fresh out of high school, and met some cool people and made some neat friends. Neat friends, I don't know what that means. Anyway, there, I think I'm satisfied with that one, right? We'll see. Right, moving on. So, right, I quit my job and temporarily, like 4 days, moved in with an ex who became a boyfriend again, who didn't work out, so I was very unhealthy. And the scribbles are also to show that I actually got very sick when I tried to do school in 2017, spring semester, and I left in a psychotic state of mind, so I tried to get well again. We skipped to 2018. I became a nanny for a time until my boss got married, and that was a really cool experience, fun to work with kids. And I really fell in love for sure, 100%. The most love I've ever been in, still am in love. Great guy, his name's Chris, and I don't know, I'm just really, really happy and content. And anyway, so we skipped to 2019, and I worked for a boy with autism, or like for his mom, if that makes sense. And I'm probably gonna try to draw it again. Is that what I'm doing? That's what I'm doing. Yeah, so that was 2019. And I quit my job because the finances, I was not getting paid and they were lying about my wages, basically. So I did end up getting paid. It was like $2,000 that they owed me over time, but I got it. Then my family moves to Idaho. This is actually, what year was this? This was 2019, towards the end of 2019. So we moved from Washington to Idaho, and I'm doing school again. So yeah, I was on campus until COVID, and then I've been doing online ever since to this day. And yeah, so now I met some really cool people. And a lot of them, because of COVID and because they want to save a buck and do school online, they are all over the country. Got someone in DC area, got another friend in Illinois, and then church. I am currently Mormon. I don't necessarily want to be, but I have had good experiences in the church. Probably won't remain in the church, but I did teach kids as a teacher through church. So that's always been a good experience for me. And then traveling. So ever since I moved from Tri-Town, as I tend to call my birthplace, I guess, I've taken 2 trips. There was December of 2020 and then 2021, or I guess just before 2021, I went again. So I saw my friend M and I saw my boo, my man Chris, and that was a pretty good plan. I'm pretty proud of myself. But anyway, it was just a good trip and experience both times, and I'm grateful for the chance to see cool people, and I'll be definitely going back hopefully sooner. So, yeah. And now we are going to move to, right, 2020, making some money. That was a rhyme, very cute. So, my first American job at an office mortgage, that was great. Was able to pay for my car that way, and the scribble again. Anxiety has been bad, so that's just one way to show it. And I lost 3 of my grandparents while I was in high school, actually. And this is supposed to be my grandma Terry. I'm pretty close to her. My Nana Frida, I really, really do miss. My grandpa's too. I was just close to my Nana Frida, my Canadian grandma. Anyway, I think of her every day, and she's great. And now these are my parents. I've gotten closer to my parents, especially because I live at home, and at my age, I'm now 23. And being at home at this age, I've been able to grow and mature, well, kind of, and just get closer to them. One of my favorite people is my brother Dakota. He's 3 years younger than me, and we're pretty close, I would say. And now this. My worst fear in life is the speech impediment, the stutter. and I think about it every day when I wake up, when I go to bed. It's just always there. It's a dumb fear, I know, and there are way worse things. But anyway, I'm currently writing a book, and it's about this crazy old lady named Grandma Rose, and I want it to be my first published and shared work. So that's very, very exciting. I want to write many more books to come. I have a lot of story ideas. So, if I could choose to only do two things in my life, I would have to choose writing and teaching because I want to change lives and inspire everyone that I possibly can. And I think that young minds and a wide range of, I don't know, just humans through my stories can just, I don't know, be able to do that. Oh, I was 23 years old on the 23rd of last year, so that's very cool. That was of November. And this, what is this? All right, it's a hummingbird, obviously, right? So I did some brave things the day after my birthday. Well, I did this brave thing. I told people my channel name, so that was pretty intense, right? So I gave some people, not all of my Facebook friends, but some people my channel name. Not my conservative LDS friends, but also told about just the other day my Etsy shop, and I make necklaces, kind of. I love to create. I think it's really important, and creativity is just a way to show who you are and show what you can do. And now this. So some people dream about their big day their whole lives, it seems. It's like instilled, ingrained in them, and it's just their whole heart and soul. And this is supposed to be a groom and a bride, right? But I don't know, it hasn't always been that way for me. I think especially now at my age with as a person with severe social anxiety and a fear of getting close to people. But I just feel like I've changed my mind about it now. And I do want that for myself and in my life. And I also do want kids. I didn't always used to feel that way, but now I do. I have a lot of name ideas and no kids, but we'll see. No, I'm just kidding. But I really do want a family of my own. And this is supposed to be me, all weird and whack and a little bit crazy, or a lot of it. And I've learned over the years that it's good to be yourself and be crazy. Just be your real, raw, whoever you are. And just be you. So that's really what I've learned. And then something else I've learned, it's my motto, my quote. I live by it every day, but there's no such thing as a bad day. That quote, those words just came to me one day, and I've decided to live by them with every single day that I live and breathe and see. And I really think that everybody should as well. So yeah.